Hey ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the Premier League, sponsored by Twitch TV, hosted by Ange, and of course brought to you guys by ThePremierLeague.com. I'm Luminous from DC, and joining me alongside today to cast Infuse, or not, excuse me, well, he is from Infuse. This is Wagamama, and we're casting Absolute Legends versus Fnatic. Wager, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, and I'm glad to be here. And as I said earlier when we were just chatting, this is my third game of Absolute Legends now, and I must point out already, all the games I think they have banned Night Stalking in the first phase.
So
just pointing out.
nothing coincidence, and all the games so far they have picked the DK, and I think they are gonna get DK today again because Fnatic not banning it in the first phase.
Most likely we'll see a DK, and he will be picked in the first phase for AL here in the first two picks. That's how quick I think they will go for him.
Right, so we know AL likes to play the DK. How do they usually support the DK? What supporting cast do they throw? Is it more of the experienced way to play it, XP, where they pick a whole bunch of healers and go RPG status with tank in front and healers in the back, or is it something else? Is it more teamfight oriented?
Actually, they like to have the DK pretty much left alone in the early game. So one of the games they throw him solo mid against the Rasta, and they didn't even care to support him. So he was just left there to level up, and as soon as Rasta leaves the lane, he will push with his ulti. But just let him farm up the key items at the early stage, and not at all tri-laning him much. So it's very interesting to see. But they do like to go with the Shadow Priest alongside of the DK for the massive armor, and the Grave is a nice save.
Right. And also, interestingly to point out for the skill build, or at least from the games I've seen, generally max Dragon Tail and also take points of the ultimate as you go along, which is actually not the most standard thing for a lot of the European DKs, right? Or has it been trending to actually do that?
Actually, no. Today, the games I have seen him, he has kept his ulti on level 1 until he's been level 15. So he's been more mainstream now. And for the stun, I think he levels it, but I'm not sure at what point he starts leveling it.
Okay, so for this game, we're gonna have a closer look in that, and it's gonna Broodmother Sanking. So no DK just yet.
Oh. Broodmother Sanking. They were actually facing these picks from Western Wolves. As they have Buckling Mad playing Broodmother all the time. Western Wolves picked this, and they were doing really good in the early stage, but then they lost to DK, as always. Sorta. DK is very strong.
DK level 16. Why is no team really picking things like Lifestealer or maybe even Necrolite? I mean, those on paper are great counters, but how does it really work in a real game?
Because you need balls to pick them.
And teams have no balls?
Yeah, I think that's the biggest reason. People are always afraid to pick innovative things in official matches and doing stuff. You have to be able to try some things.
Wow,
there comes the dash.
No DK, so I mean, I think it's actually worth to ban DK right now in this stage.
Right now, because they have the dazzle.
Right.
I think so. And the fact that they already have 2 melees, you should not be fooled into believing that they won't pick the DK as well. They had 3 melees in another game as well. And DK isn't really a melee hero.
No, he's not.
He's a mix hero.
Right. Or at least when he's fighting, he's not really melee. So, especially when you have somewhat tanky and chasey heroes such as the Broodmother and DK, it really sets up the sanking. They chase in, and they're like, oh my god, I gotta deal with these guys. And you start dropping stuns, and here comes an epicenter. And that's just annoying.
Tanky doesn't really feel like a melee hero in the team fights either.
No.
His stun makes him so versatile.
Right.
It's kind of like Earthshaker as well. He's melee, but he has a super long range Fissure, and with Blink, he's not really easy to deal with.
So what we're looking here for Fnatic, they probably put the Shadow Shaman in solo mid, and then maybe a Windrunner Shaker. Of course, that could change depending on the last 2 picks. And there's a DK ban. So
really nice.
I guess Absolute Legends is not too happy about that, but I'm pretty sure they have backup plans.
I'm quite sure they have something else in mind too. They are a very, very versatile team in general. They can play many roles.
Yep.
So it's always nice to see them do something new. And interesting to see is that Darkseer is still in the game, and it's a hero that's still underestimated.
Maybe that's what they're thinking about as well. Gondar is going to be the ban here. Interesting.
And Fnatic does love to play both. They love hard carries. Like Gondar would not really be what I see them playing. I think Spectre or Rikimaru is more their type of heroes. I'm kind of leaning to a Riki this game.
Well, they still have the room to pick Ricky. Gandar, I think, of course, the track bonus MS, and of course the reveal will be nice against Sand King and Brewmother. But yeah, I think it won't really fit.
I think that Razor is starting to look better and better this game as well for Fnatic.
Because of the melee
magic. They have the magic tri-lane for Razor as well. CM, ES, Razor, that's such a strong lane. Really hard to lane against. They have two good solo laners in Rasta and Windrunner. And he does have pretty easy time linking on that Broodmother, as long as they have invis detection. But, I don't know. First we have to see what they pick up. Oh,
Storm.
Interesting.
Storm does counter some of the squishy supports, such as the CM and the Shaker, but
he can. The important thing with Storm in this game will be that he can jump in on ES before the fight really starts. When he has BKB, he can just go in and kill the Earthshaker, like first target, and he will get the backup from the Sand King and the Broodmother, most likely to run an Orchid as well. He will have the backup. Wow!
I like this. I like this.
Morphling is fun.
To show them they have balls. I think he's a viable hero, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not too sure. I don't think Shotgun build is a viable build in this game. I think Manta has to be a must, because you know they're going to be running Orchids at you, right? Maybe Lincoln's is also a must, because you're now dealing with the Beastmaster, so he does have quite a bit of stuff to deal with.
To be honest, I think in the new version, this is still tournament version,
right?
But in the new version, Morphling with Lincoln is so buffed from current version. You have so many buffs to look at. First of all, the Lincoln has got 10 more damage from...
right, which is a big deal for Morphling.
Which actually matters, even though 10 doesn't sound very much. Morphling has higher starting agility, and he has half the cooldown on Adaptive Strike, which is altogether a big buff on Morphling. And Anti-Mage is starting to fade out, and actually got a little bit nerfed too, and he's one of the hard heroes to play against with Morphling.
In fact, Anti-Mage made his, I guess, rise in the competitive scene because he was killing Morphlings all the time before.
Yeah, Morphling was so popular, and then came Anti-Mage.
Yep, and let's look at who's playing what. Risk on the Absolute Legend team is going to be playing the Beastmaster, Shachan on the Brewmother here. Go down on Dazzle. On the bot, we have Musica going to be playing the Storm. Looks like he's going to be going for a bot solo of some sort. And then we have a Snoopy playing a Sand King. Looks like he does have a pair of Sentry Ward. It's good to see early teams get these Sentry Wards to get those pulls going, which I assume that makes me think he's going to go bot lane along the Storm. I think.
Yeah, they always tend to have Sentry Wards in AL on level 1, and we always try to do that as well. It's very nice to have it. There's always a reason for having Sentry Wards, actually. And meanwhile in Fnatic we have Booktop playing the Crystal Maiden, Baja playing Obaya, I don't know how he wants the name pronounced, playing the Earthshaker, and Badehari playing Morphling, so that's their tri-lane instead. Also a very strong old school tri-lane.
Yep.
Meanwhile the Razor would work very well, I think, as well. This is also a strong tri-lane. Grisine is playing Rasta solo mid, and he's kind of not blocking, he kind of missed. And Mitch is playing Windrunner on the top.
Yep, the Windrunner might have a little bit of trouble against Dazzle and Shatan, or Dazzle and the Broodmother. That's somewhat of a very harass-heavy lane. I definitely seen the Spiderling plus Shadow Weave combo. Oh man, that thing hurts. So that's a little bit of a small kind of a punch combo there. And it looks like we are going to have some counter warding done by the Sand King. He has to wrap around, but he is going to be seen. And here comes a Shaker. Is it going to get a stun off? Oh, he's shooting for it. There's a stun. Nova. There's Bite just for Snoopy. I don't think he's going to go down, but he's going to have to first burn us out. But he doesn't have a shot off, so he's going to run all the way back to tower range. And it's going to delay his pull. Yeah, in fact, he's not going to even get a stack off.
Yeah. They will be on top of that Sand King to try and deny it. Just run in perhaps with the CM a little bit to help out the Morphling, since he has the shorter range. But interesting dual lane from... oh, now Dazzle is actually running down. So he's gonna come and deny this ward.
Now, does he
oh,
see
they
it?
can't find it though. they can't see it. It's out of range.
Okay, so it's done. Meanwhile, with a little engagement here in the jungle as we see X Musica one hit away. He has to burn himself. And these guys, once they get a Ring of Basilius, and of course maybe a level on CM's aura, they could do this all day long.
Yeah, and that's the power of this lane. That they have the fissure. Morphling can just jump over the fissure, but the enemy team can't. So it's really, really hard to play against.
Oh, I do. Yeah, they do see it. Just never had the time to counter. Here comes CM, and Snoopy's
But
like,
they placed one more. They
yeah.
placed one more Central there. But yeah, CM is in trouble there.
Oh, nice block here. Now it seems like Godot maybe in a little bit of decent trouble as we see the Morphling comes around, of course. Ooh.
CM.
Burrow Strike not going to be long enough, and he's going to...
Nope.
Nice block, and here comes... Oh, he's going to die to the poison, I think? No, and now it looks like the Morphling going to be in trouble. Morphling's the first one to die here, and I can't believe it. Music, the CM also died, and now the Shaker's going to die as well. This is not supposed... Yeah, this is not supposed to happen here.
He's going for it.
Oh. Wow.
Okay, that's one rich supporter now.
So here's the Crow, here's some boots, or he can actually pick up Energy Booster right now if he wants to. Arcane Boots generally very good on Dazzle, but... Hey, there's a trialing here, completely one for Absolute Legend.
Yeah, he's team player, he upgraded the chicken already. So, wow, what a happy start for a Dazzle. It kind of shows though the strong right click of Dazzle. He's stronger than most support heroes. I think Witch Doctor is one of the few that has better right click. But he's very good at like not orb walking but animation walking.
He has probably one of the better animation too compared to most other supports.
Oh yeah,
600
definitely.
range, decent damage like you said, decent attack.
That is why some teams even prefer to run him as a solo, because he has such a good animation. He can easily solo a lane, and getting levels on him ain't that bad.
I was always in the firm belief that you have to run him solo because the levels is just so important. But teams nowadays just putting him on support. What do you feel on that?
I don't really like it. I'm more of a solo Dazzle play. I think it's so nice when you just get up some early farm, perhaps even run the medallion on him, and just throw down your weave medallion and poison someone. They go down from full HP and die. So awesome.
Yeah, interesting to see Godot's skill build despite against one of the most offensive trialing, no Grave. So somewhat confident in terms of saying we're not going to be in trouble here, and looks like he's going to be doing quite a bit of harass. Crystal Maiden unable to keep up with that good animation of Dazzle. Here's a Poison Touch just for a little bit of harass here. They don't have a Ring of Basilius, I don't believe, on the Radiant side, so the regeneration should be in favor of the Dire. Excuse me. No Basilius on the Radiant. Basilius on the Dire. And the Sand King is roaming around. He is completely seen by the Hawk and also by the Ward.
Yeah, I don't know. And we get a DD rune on Rasta in the early game. Wow. He's gonna be happy about that. It's so interesting. Some heroes are so rune dependent in mid. I think Rasta is one of them, and Balana is the most rune dependent hero ever. If you want to counter a Rasta, or counter a Balana, just pick Venomancer, put down wards at 7:25 for example, any 25 timer, and put them on both the rune spots, and he has to be there on time to pick it up, else you just deny
right, with the wards, which is a great addition in Dota 2, because in Dota 1 you cannot do that. And
actually you can do it with Broodmother as well. Solo mid Broodmother, just send one Spiderling, they one hit the rune, which they don't do in Dota 2 or Dota 1.
I see.
There it takes like, I don't know, 6 hits for the Broodling to do it. But here it's just one hit and you do it.
And here we go. Looks like we're gonna. What's that?
Big pull for Sand King.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, that's why generally we don't see trialing bottom anymore for on the Dire side. Because if you don't have the complete lead here, this is exactly what will happen. And I don't think right now Shaker and CM feel too comfortable leaving the lane and going to the jungle to find that Sand King. Because look at what happened last time. And now this pull is gonna just be done undetected, and there's really nothing Fnatic can do about it.
Yeah, they're gonna lose out on the experience in this lane.
Right.
And they are not really countering the Storm at all. He's getting his farm, and early Ring of Health means they have to burst him down in one go. Which they definitely have the lane for, but it's still hard.
It's just tough with the Sand King, and it looks like
top lane.
Wow, they're gonna make a go here on CM. CM's gonna be fine, and Godot actually does have the good level upgrade. Took it at number 4 right now. And now Fnatic, Morphling in a little bit of trouble. He's going to run it just fine. He does, of course, have Morph. And are they going to keep chasing? That's a question. Music could drop off a Remnant, and that's going to be it. CM takes a little bit of residual damage. And with Storm, with the, of course, like you said, with the Ring of Health, he's going to back up to full HP in no time. And what's happening up on top? A little bit of chasing and harassing.
Yeah, pretty much. The Broodmother was running across the tower trying to get the Windrunner out of the tower, but with a bottle on top lane, she's actually managing to stay, but she has the bottle on that a lot.
Oh, Rasa drops that Mass Serpent Ward, but here comes Beastmaster with Haste Rune. His teammates can't really come in to help out because, well, there is a Beastmaster Roar still up. Snoopy, very low HP, it's gonna die to the wards. Wow. No Sandstorm, maybe on cooldown. Yeah, I think he used it. So, trading 1 for 1, I think that was okay here for the Rasa because it was kind of a 4-to-1 gank, but he was sort of out of position.
Yeah, definitely, and that was just barely enough to kill him. I think if he got one less shot from the Serpent Ward, he would actually live on Sand King. So it was close.
Yep. So we see both Ring of Health on the Morphling and Storm. Are we seeing both Linken Spheres?
Actually, we might, but I don't think we will see a Linken Sphere coming up on Storm. I'm just leaning towards the BKB. It's so in trend, and people do it all the time.
Right, in terms of looking, well, I guess the Linken Sphere is going to be nice in terms of blocking a Hex or maybe a Frostbite, maybe a Shackle Shot, but there's just so much stuff that he also need to block, and Black King Bar is just too good for that. So we'll have to see.
Yeah, the thing is that they can always just trigger off his Linken Sphere with Adaptive Strike from Morphling, for example, very long range and easily triggers it off. And then follow up with real stunts, so to say, since Adaptive Strike is really one of the worst stunts in the game.
Right. Unless you put a lot of strength on it, but
yeah. But then you're one of the most useless morphings in the game. So.
Right. And here we go. They're gonna make a go on this Shaker. Shaker half HP. Wow, look at how much damage they do with the Weave. I mean, I think Weave is one of the most underrated DPS spelled out there. I think when we think of Weave, we think of a heal, but it's way more than just a heal.
Yeah. You mean Shadow Wave?
Oh yeah, Shadow Wave. Sorry.
Yeah, Weave is his ultimate, so I was a bit confused. But yeah, definitely, that is really powerful, and they're having real trouble on this bottom lane. Always 6-1.
And they're having a lot of trouble on the top lane as well. Bruma did push tower. Where was Winner? Winner forced to help out on the bot? No, she died, I think. Or just forced back.
She either TP'd or died. I don't know.
She's 0-1, so I guess she might have died, yeah. Beastmaster with a DD rune and Roar on cooldown. Yeah, she died. Yeah, she probably died. And that's a top tower gone. The bot lane is not winning despite Grizin's been really visiting that lane. I think they're going to try to really force it down with the Mass Serpent Wards. Here it come. An Absolute Legend. Is it going to defend? They're still sticking around here.
They might want to do it. I think they need more heroes though. And Sand King is not gonna go down. He doesn't want it.
Yeah, it's not.
They're just gonna trade towers and go mid tower instead. They're gonna try at least, but question is if they get it or not.
Yep.
Here comes TP from Rasta already.
Beastmaster did have a TP scroll, but Roar was on cooldown, so maybe they didn't want to go for it. Risk, by the way, the Beastmaster has treads, of course, on his stash, and then a headdress, so he's rushing pipe. It's going to be very, very good against the magical DPS output of the dire side.
It's good against that long-range harass of Nova, Power Shot, and Fisher, because that way you can keep your push going.
Keep your creeps alive as well as they're trying to run up that ramp.
Oh, he has in this room now. That's the best he could get. Windrun is in big trouble on top lane. She needs to get out now.
And of course, because they're not doing as hot, the supports on the bot lane was not able to keep up the wards, and here we go. A couple of harass keeping him back. And I think Risk might be seen now. No, yeah, the Spiderling definitely. No, the Spiderling's on the other side, keeping Grizin back. But I think she knows. She knows.
Very defensive play here by AL. I thought they would dive that. They had the burst damage to do it with Broodmother.
They might still do it right now. There's a Roar on Mitch, and he is basically dead. Teleport scroll coming in, but gotta be careful because you might be teleporting in your Doom. That's gonna be the Shaker, and I think he's gonna just he's gonna have to back off here.
Invisibility.
Invis Rune gets popped by Risk. Bea gets seen. He's one burrow strike away from death. Actually, somehow risk Invis Ring got cancelled, and Crystal Maiden is going to be the squishy hero. But still no attempt here by Absolute Legend. They're playing this very safe. They're pinging a gank on mid lane. Maybe asking for a defense as Rasa Ward's going to get dropped down once again. I think this is exactly what they need to do. Rasa Ward's such a long cooldown, but if you could get a tower every time you use it, it's going to be completely worth it. They're going to be surrounded. Crystal Maiden gets Burrow Strike from behind. Axis hits on 2 hero. Stormsphere gets 1 kill, and now the Earthshaker going to be dead as well. 2 for nothing so far. Morphling try to way out because Stormsphere still have some mana left. Burrow Strike will be calling down. There you go. Grizzly's going to be in huge trouble. That Shadow Wave, massive damage. 3 kills to nothing, and we're going to see a 10-1 lead against our Dire side. 4k gold difference.
Such a strong advantage already in the early game, and I don't think they have much worse late game either. That's the thing. So this is not looking good for the Dire.
Yep. Still no real indication in terms of what the item Broodmother is going to go, but we are expecting an Orchid, right? He has about 2k gold in the bank right now, not really spending any cent of it.
Yeah, in this game I think it's the most likely item to go. The enemy team, sure, they have Manta Hero on Morphling, but I still think it's very worth it, considering as soon as Earthshaker wants to do something, you can just cancel him. And if Rasta doesn't have BKB, which he doesn't look like he will be getting very early, you can cancel him too, and it's pretty huge.
Yep, looks like Stormsphere does have the upgrade to Perseverance. Still no real indication whether that's going to be a Lincoln. Sometimes you want to go like a Purse into Ultimate Orb and then like disassemble your Purse and for a Hex. But we don't know. We'll see. But Morphling just with the Ring of Health, and he would like to have a Perseverance, but he's poor. So right now still waiting for that gold.
He would like to, but he's poor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the sad truth.
So Spiderlings in the jungle farming it up, and I gotta say, Absolute Legend is in huge control right now. I don't think.
Yeah, they got this game going where they want to. That's why we see, wow, big initiation mid. That's why you see the enemy team or the Dire team running around so much. The Earthshaker and CM is not really, they're not really doing so much, but they have to run around, try to get good position off and get a good fight. They really need it now. It's 11-1.
Yep. And unfortunately here for CM and Shaker, as they smoke up with the
Here comes
Rasta.
the smoke.
Yep, maybe looking to turn a gank around on Music. They will have the long range to do it. Fissure gonna lead off, followed by Hex, and then everything else on the Storm. And let's see if they could get it off here. Somehow he knows. He just knows. I think they might have smoked. No, I don't think they smoked up under War Vision. They will go for yellow instead. Maybe that's definitely a lot easier of a kill. And here we go. Looks like Godot's going to be dead. It's going to pop the grave. Oh no, that fissure. A little bit on the wrong side. That might just be it. No, looks like the ring spell's going to get it. And looks like Storm not going to help out there. And good shot. And look, I think they're going to... No, they can't push anything because there's no power on the push on the bot lane. And one thing that Fnatic is doing really well is they're at least destroying towers. And that's somewhat keeping them in the game.
Yeah. Interesting to see Dazzle throw out his heal as his first choice in that situation. He could have gotten the grave off and just walked away.
Yeah, with that fissure on the wrong side.
Yeah, because you saw him throw down the heal and he had a little bit animation going until he got killed. So he could have gone for instant grave. But then again, mistakes happen. So how much gold is the Broodmother up to now? 3.2k. She pretty rich.
Pretty rich. Maybe saving for BKB at 39.
And we have Mecha.
I know, I was looking at that. I was going to ask you, like, what about this?
That's one of the weirder Mecha heroes I've seen lately. And they're killing CM. But I think it can work. I mean, sure, why not? He's a very much aura-based hero. And
he needs
why not
some
throw
mana.
in the Mecha?
He needs some mana.
He needs to cover the mana, he does, but I don't know, it can work.
And
you need the mana boots from Dazzle to always hit you, but
right.
It can work.
And you might want to mana build on yourself, which he does not have. Morphling comes around trying to get a kill on Snoopy. 2 of their support has gone down. There's a Mass Serpent Ward. They're going to try to bring down Risk. He's very tanky. Keep in mind, he does, yes, have that mecha. We have detection here against Snoopy. Snoopy's going to get graved. I think he's going to survive this. Going to try to run out. Crystal Maiden doing some pits here. Now it looks like Morphling's finally going to get that kill. And this might be a somewhat of a small comeback as Risk now very, very low on the mana. He does have 10 charges on Zwan. 2 bottle charges as well. Shackle Shot not going to latch. And that's going to be it. But I think that's not even a good trade because they lost 2 supports, which by the way are low level, and eventually it's going to be complete food for Musica later on. Fnatic's in huge troubles right now.
Anything that is a trade and not a loss is a good trade for Fnatic right now. This is a pathway to getting back into the game. A little bit more gold on Morphling, a little bit more levels. Even if the supporters have to take the fall, that's how it is. But then again, Storm is just farming bottom lane and getting pretty fat now.
Waka,
So,
you don't play the support, right?
No,
Okay,
I don't.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You know, Musica gonna be going on that. Bea should be fine when teammate support come in. Okay, just going to get that point established to the viewers out there when you say that.
Yeah, I'm the kind of guy who thinks the game of the carry is more important. But no, in general, I like having strong supporters, but to be fair, when you're at an 11-1 disadvantage,
Right, that's true.
the most important thing is getting up a strong carry who can survive in team fights. Your supporters are gonna get raped all night long anyway, so to have them die for the carry to get some kills is still worth it.
Well, Morphling does have 1800 now, almost 1900. He's walking ahead here. Still no real commitment in terms of any items just yet, just that Ring of Health, and he's just chilling. And actually, what do you think about Ring of Aquila, which we can't make on tournament version on Morphling?
Just gonna throw in that it's a BKB on Broodman now instead. Ring of Aquila is a very interesting item and very nice that they added it. I really like it. And I think many heroes will benefit from it. The side lane AG carry heroes will love that item. Potom will love it, Morphling will love it, Razor will like it. He kind of wants more HP and more regeneration, but he will also enjoy it. And they're going for top lane now, but he has a BKB, so it's gonna be hard. Need to burst him down from full HP.
Now there's another questionable. Oh, maybe that would do it. But the ward's got a target. The ward's not targeting, and it looks like he. Oh no, Bea! He's gonna try to be out. He's not gonna make it alive. And Crystal Maiden should start getting back as well. Here comes all those 20 Broodlings. Oh my God! Here comes.
Third rush.
Shatan's gonna come in as well. His BKB is out, so if he pops. But here comes the Burrow Strike, and that's going to be it for Grizzlin as well. So, 3-man gank on the Shatan equals a 2-man death, and I think Storm got a kill on the bot lane with the help of Beastmaster as well. And this is nothing but bad news here for Fnatic.
Yeah, and still we're not sure about the Storm's item build, even though we will know really soon if he wants to go for Linken's. He will buy it in 100 gold.
I think in this case, you could just say go Hex, man. You're winning by so much.
Yeah. I would probably go Hex in his case. So we'll see. As soon as he kills this tower, he's gonna have the gold for it.
No, maybe they're not gonna get the tower. We see, and the dire side defending quite vigilantly. The Stormstrike gotta be very careful though. Beastmaster doesn't have the roar. They're gonna try to burst him down. It's gonna be enough. Nice burst here, but it was close. If they had a higher level of freeze bite, maybe no, not gonna be it. Top tower destroyed. Widmer gotta be very careful as well. And
this is what I've seen all games today has been such a annoying kind of global pressure from AL without having global heroes. Don't get me wrong. It's just that they are pushing all the lanes in a very offensive way and just taking the fight to the enemy team all games.
So do they have things like Rasta or maybe Furion, or they don't even have those?
No, they don't even need that. It all comes down to playstyle. Right now they have pressured very much with DK. CM is getting initiated on and pretty much killed off. But they have always had the tanky, hard to kill kind of heroes, which in this game is Broodmother, Storm, and Rexar. And just pressuring the lanes. They know exactly how much they can pressure. And it did go Linken's. I don't think it's the right choice of item, but with this much of an advantage, you can pretty much...
You get Dagon and still be... Actually, Dagon would be a great choice here, actually. What am I saying?
That's the thing. When you have an advantage at an item that usually is useless, you can all of a sudden be a good choice. And Morphling, oh, you're in trouble, man. Wasting the waveform as well is cannot...
I think even if he had waveform, he would still be in trouble. But,
he would be in trouble, but now he's in bigger trouble.
Right.
And he's...
actually survived for quite a bit. Maybe if he didn't have the waveform, he would be fine, actually. I mean,
Yeah.
if he had the cooldown on it, but
Yeah.
So of course, Waga here has a different agenda here. Just aside from casting, he's taking notes and making
Yeah,
next level tactics against Absolute
my
Legend.
notepad is up. And
Right.
I'm
So what
Yeah.
can you see, man? Like how do you deal with the playstyle of Absolute Legend, who just seems to be winning matches and matches and matches?
Their style is winning, and I want to counter it by by not losing.
Okay.
I don't know. It's sometimes very hard to get a good grip of an enemy team until you see them lose as well, because I see what works for them, and it's that they fight very well. They know when to get out, and just as I say that, they overcommit and die. But they are very good at pressuring multiple lanes at the same time, which is one of the most annoying types of pressure there is. And I think they gain a lot from it.
And they're finally gonna lose this Beastmaster. Maybe that board.
Maybe he's running for his life.
He does have Mecha coming down 1 second. He's gonna pop it right now, so he's gonna survive just a little bit longer. That hood giving him massive regen. Oh my god.
He's getting out, and Morphling is not happy about it. Look at that guy. He's like, no, it can't be true.
Morphling has a frown right now. He's level 10. I'm gonna just pull up the XP difference chart, and it's gonna look ugly. Like it just looks ugly. I think Dazzle. Okay, I was gonna say Dazzle maybe have higher than Morphling. He's close. He's close. Sand and Beastmaster definitely has higher than Morphling. And let's not talk about Storm and the Brewmother.
The graph isn't too pretty either.
Nope.
It's already up to like 14k. That's a big advantage.
So I think Absolute Legend is pretty legendary. Oh, that sounds pretty
They're
bad.
closing up to it, and look at the Broodmother's farm. He has 4.4k along with his BKB. So in the last, I don't know, 5 minutes he gained about 4k gold.
Do you go Orchid here or Butterfly? Or does it not really matter anymore?
I think Blink Dagger is a nice choice here.
Oh yeah,
but
actually. Yeah.
because if you have Blink Dagger and BKB on Broodmother, you can just go in on anyone. You can find the Earthshaker, go in and kill him. It's something that I usually do when I play Brood. But I buy Blink Dagger as early as I can, before the BKB.
Absolute Legend, despite the fact they could probably go in and win the game right now, gonna take a safe, get the free Roshan. Storm Spirit is gonna be going for that Orchids.
I don't know. It might not be free. I mean, we have the entire enemy team very close. If they want to go for this, they can do it.
Well, we do have to pipe up on the Beastmaster alongside. Oh, looks like nice use of that replicate. Gonna waste a little bit of mana. No roar being used, so nothing too big. But they do have the Blink Dagger on the Sand King, so the initiation is gonna be. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. The Mass Serpent Wards drop. Here we go. Grazine's gonna get initiated on. Can we really get his help? No, he's not gonna get any help. Morphling gets stunned. He's gonna get roared again. I think there's a roar here, and Morphling's gonna be dead. 3 for nothing.
Yeah, they didn't really go in that well. They kind of weren't too organized with it. And by the way, we see the Storm is going for Orchid, which is an item that becomes better and better for Storm now with the change of it, which is not in yet, but
Right.
it's gonna be nicer.
It's always been a really good item for maybe the newer players. Oh, so we have a GG call, and I'm gonna just wait for everyone to leave so we get the end game menu. For anyone that's wondering why Orchid's so good for Storm, just from the stats, it doesn't give you too much intelligence, but it gives you a lot of mana regeneration, and that combines very well with his ultimate, which takes a percentage of your mana pool. So you want a lot of regeneration, but not necessarily a lot of intelligence from an item. So
In the newer version as well, it gives more intelligence actually, so it gives less DPS for heroes like Broodmother and Fletcher, but it's higher intelligence pool. So that's interesting to see. Or is it even lower? It's probably lower.
is it lower? I haven't looked at it. Okay, so here's the.
Oh no, it's more intelligence and less normal damage bonus.
But it's cheaper, so he actually get it earlier and start ponying supports even earlier than now. So that's a big buff.
Yeah,
All right, so
probably play the same role.
we'll be coming to you guys with game number 2. Hope you guys enjoyed this commentary. Of course, Waga Mama is alongside, and of course, I am Luminous. We're gonna see you guys at game number 2. Stay tuned and don't go anywhere. Hope you guys enjoyed the commentary, and we'll be right back.